Hi guys, so we're gonna be doing a prediction of the NBA playoff. I'm not doing much of NBA, but I like doing brackets and all that. So I'll probably do one for the NHL too, just like brackets. So let's get into it. It starts on Wednesday. I think the play-in starts on Wednesday and Thursday. So let's get into. We're gonna get to the team first. Clippers versus Warriors, and then Suns versus Blazers, Trailblazers, Hornets versus the Heat, Magic versus the Sixers. So we're going to start East, and I think that I think I'm going to go there. I'm going to go here. You know what? The Charlotte wins this, and then here I'll take Magic wins here. So by having Magic wins, Magic go. So the winner of 7 and 8 goes 7, right? So 7 is against the Celtics, and then Sixers go here. So losers are 7 and 8. They go against the winner of that one. So that means the Heats get eliminated, Hornet and Sixers, and I think that the Hornets could actually win this, but I'm gonna go with the Sixers. Embiid's gonna be very, very hard to beat, so I'm gonna go with Embiid here in 8th place. Then on the other side, we have Clippers versus Golden State. I think Curry's gonna have one good game, so I'm gonna go with Curry here. Suns versus Trailblazers. I'll go with the Suns. I'll go with the Suns and 7 and 8. So that means that the Suns go against the Spurs. And then you got the loser of that one versus Golden States. I'm gonna go with Golden States, and it's gonna be very hard to do something against the Thunder, but that's what I'm predicting here. So in the playoff, you got the Thunder versus the Warriors, Lakers versus Rockets, Nuggets versus Timberwolves, Spurs versus Suns. On the other side, you got the Pistons versus Sixers, Cavalier versus Raptors, Knicks versus Hawks, Celtics versus Magic. We're going to start with the West. Thunder versus Warriors. This is where the Warriors, I think, are not enough, but going to give them a run up for their money. So I'm going to go with this here, and they're gonna give. We're gonna do this here. They're gonna give the Thunder a run. Lakers versus Rockets. This one I'm gonna go with the Lakers 4. I'll go 4-3 here. So 4-3, and I'm going Lakers. We'll see where they go, but I think the Lakers go there. Nuggets versus Timberwolves. I think here Nuggets lose 4-3. I think the Timberwolves wins here. Spurs versus Suns. I think the Suns don't have nobody to defend against Wemby. I think Wemby is going to be a force, and I think it's not going to be very close. So I'm going to be going the Spurs here. So Spurs go here. So that's 2. I think, moment here. So it's 6 and number 4. So Timberwolves will be against OKC, and then Lakers are going to be against the Spurs. On the other side, Pistons versus Sixers. This one I think will go to. This one's really hard because you get Embiid. You don't know what you get with Embiid. I still think that I'm going to go with 7 game here, and I'm going to go 7 game. What did I put? Why I put 7 here? 7 game here, and I think Pistons win. So the Piston goes right here. They're number 1. So I'll just put a number 1 here. Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Raptors. Raptors have had a good season, but I'm going to go with 4-2, and I'm going with Cleveland winning this one. Then you got the Knicks versus Hawks. Here again, I'm going to go for the Knicks. I'm going to go 4-2. And the Knicks win. And then Celtics versus Magic. I think the Celtics win 4-1, actually. So second place is here. So we got the Cleveland that are 4 and Knicks 3. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland. Cleveland's gonna go right here, and then Knicks are gonna go right here. Knicks are number 3. And then we have the final 8 here. So we got Thunder versus Timberwolves will be a good series. Spurs versus Lakers, a good series. Pistons versus Cleveland. Celtic versus Knicks. We're going to start with the West. I think that I think Thunders are a little bit too strong for them. And I'm going with the Thunder here. And Lakers, Spurs, I'm going to go with 4-1. I think the Spurs are the team to beat in the West with the Thunder. Then we have Piston, Cleveland. I think this is where Pistons lose, I believe. So I'm going to go with a 4-3, I guess. And then Cleveland go here. Cleveland might go here. Well, yeah, they're going to go here. Then we have Celtics versus Knicks. I'm going to go with 4-3 again there. So, not 4-3. 4-3. And Boston goes here. Then we have the semifinal, the conference finals. You got Thunders versus Spurs. Celtics versus Cleveland. That's going to be a good series. I don't see... OKC is going to be hard to beat. I'm going to go with the Spurs. You know what? 4-3. I'm going with the Spurs. So I'm going to Spurs. The Spurs are going to go here. Then we have the Celtics versus Cleveland Cavalier. I still think that Boston is a little bit too strong for Cleveland. So it's going to be Spurs versus Celtics. And you know what? It's going to be very hard to stop Wemby, I think. And they have good players. Celtics really have good players. I think it's going to be a 3-4. And I think this is the first series, first playoff, and many playoff you'll see Wemby. Like LeBron James did a few years ago. I think the Spurs are going to be hard to beat. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Like and subscribe. Thank you for all the support. And I'll see you soon with more videos. See you guys.